This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. President Trump speaks out on protests in Iran as the country's top judge says he'll fast-track trials and executions for demonstrators. Correspondent Jared Hill has our top story.
To all Iranian patriots, keep protesting.
President Trump told anti-government demonstrators in Iran that help is on the way. As sources inside the country tell CBS News, thousands could be dead from the government's violent crackdown on protests. In a wide-ranging interview with CBS Evening News, the president ratcheted up warnings on Tehran if the government makes good on threats to hang protesters this week.
If they do such a thing, we will take very strong action.
He's not saying exactly what that action will be. An Iranian human rights group is warning one protester may be executed today. Venezuela has freed at least 3 Americans who'd been imprisoned under the Maduro regime. Correspondent Michael Wallace.
They're the first Americans to be released since the U.S. military captured the Venezuelan president. The State Department didn't share any details about the freed Americans, but called their release a step in the right direction by the interim government, which has also freed dozens of prisoners from other countries.
Hours ahead of a high-level meeting at the White House, Denmark says it's increasing its military presence in Greenland. And French President Macron is warning if the U.S. seizes the island, it will trigger a wave of unprecedented consequences. Officials from both Greenland and Denmark are set to meet with Vice President Vance and Secretary of State Rubio to discuss President Trump's hope of doing just that. House Speaker Mike Johnson.
Everybody objectively has to acknowledge that Greenland has strategic significance to us and also to other countries around the world, so we need to play that very seriously.
New report on global risks flags a geoeconomic confrontation. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
The World Economic Forum's Global Risks Report warns economic competition is most likely to trigger a global crisis in the next couple of years. Economic downturns, inflation, or the weaponization of economic tools. Armed conflict comes in second, and there are growing concerns about technology like AI. Half of the leaders and experts surveyed said they expect a turbulent and stormy world over the next 2 years. Only 1% expect calm.
Attention, well-heeled shoppers. Saks Global, parent company of Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, and Bergdorf Goodman, filed for bankruptcy protection overnight. The retailer says stores will stay open after the company secured new financing and a new CEO. This is CBS News.
Follow and listen to the official 48 Hours After Show post-mortem on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
My name is Whitney Allen. I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happens. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Nationwide, our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at Amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation.
Local news and weather brought to you by Mississippi Energy Services. We're your fast, affordable, and friendly generator service company. MSenergy.us. MSenergy.us.
First-degree arson is the charge. A 20% chance for rain by this afternoon. It's mostly cloudy with a high at 57. Tonight, the rain moves out. It's mostly cloudy, but with a low at 27 and clouds moving out by the morning, you could see some frost. Thursday, it's sunny and 44. Back up to 60 Friday. With news on 103.9 WIAB, I'm Chris Davis. 19-year-old Spencer Pittman of Madison, the man accused of setting fire to Congregation Beth Israel Synagogue Saturday, has been indicted by a Hinds County grand jury, says DA Jody Owens. The charge comes with a hate crime enhancement. WLBT reports some of the court papers show Pittman switched his tag before going to the synagogue and bought gas at a convenience store in Ridgeland. It did actually happen this time. Thalia Mara Hall has reopened with a ribbon-cutting ceremony Tuesday. Updates and upgrades were able to be viewed by a group of people that toured the auditorium to see the new decor, which includes electronic signs for the concessions. Former Vice President Kamala Harris is scheduled to be there this evening with her book tour. The man who was killed in a Monday wreck with a log truck in Madison County has been ID'd as 73-year-old Jimmy Keithan of Pearl. He was in a Ford F-250 when both vehicles hit about 6 p.m. Monday on Highway 16 near Sharon Road. His passenger was airlifted to UMMC. The driver of the log truck was not hurt. This kind of thing is not covered under the Castle Doctrine. 32-year-old Quandrick Walton was arrested Tuesday, accused of shooting someone in the foot who was in the woods behind his house on Mary Edith Street. Police say he yelled at the person to come out, and when that person didn't, Walton started shooting. He's charged with aggravated assault. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WIAB. I'm Chris Davis.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Welcome to the Chip Matthews Show, where politics meets the South. So grab your sweet tea, find a comfortable spot to sit back, and let's embark on this journey together. Chip away, jump away.
And good Wednesday morning. Chipping away at the stone. Chirp away. Hello, I'm Chip Matthews. She is Dawn McKenzie.
Good morning.
It's hard to believe that I'm dead asleep over here until the moment that song comes on.
I know it. It just brings you alive.
Yes.
And the rest is history.
Yes, it is. Speaking of history, good morning, Mark Athanati, Joe Lynn, Michael, J.C. Dunn. Let's see, we had some people before I did the little thingy. Lloyd Travis, Michael Gober. That's all I got so far that I'm looking at on there. Will Brown.
I have nobody over here.
You know, you'd forget your head if it wasn't attached to your body. How do you leave? Good morning, Helen. Was she always a forgetful child? She left her phone at home. I mean, what do you?
The older I get, the less I care.
But it's like this. It's like this. Everybody's going to say, there must be something wrong. She's not answering her phone or answering her text.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way everybody feels now when you don't have your phone.
Yeah.
And yes, Kim Wade, I left my glasses at home.
There you go. He's got an extra.
Well, he's got those.
He's got a backup pair over here.
He sent me a text the other day because all of the backup
glasses were
gone.
The readers are gone.
And there were 3 or 4 readers, and all of a sudden there were no readers. So he sent me, well, that's because I brought them in, because he sent me a picture of me wearing all the different pairs that all disappeared. And I went, okay. Oh, Timothy Jenkins has a question mark up. What do you mean? Good morning or what?
Yeah.
What does that mean? But anyway, good morning, Jeff Thomas, Andy Devine, and everybody out there across the land. Of course, yesterday we had a good time. 4 hours of wonderful radio.
You had to be exhausted by the time that was over. That was a marathon right
it's
there.
Only me talking for 4 hours. That's like every day of the week.
Yeah,
I talk like 92 hours a day.
I know.
You know, my mama would be proud. She says, why don't you just be quiet sometimes?
Yeah.
Well, not the business I went into. You know, it'd just be no fun. But anyway,
Mama.
So here we are on the wonderful radio, WYAB. Let's see. And our program
it's brought to you by
Chip Speaking is brought to you by Mama.
Pierce Professional Agency. And his website is madisonplans.com. And he specializes in long-term care for like when you get ready to go in nursing homes and things like that.
Yes. And I mean, this is, you have to think about that, because the government, as much as they're out to help us,
they want your stuff.
They want all your stuff on the way out.
They want your money.
So you have to have insurance to protect yourself so that your assets
are protected.
Make it to somebody other than the government. So
yeah, it's not any fun to deal with.
We're not fighting the government. We're not against the government.
It's just important to protect your assets
Correct.
from the government.
Correct.
Because they're not your friend.
And during this legislative session, as they're all getting up and going to work, I want are on their way into the Capitol. Y'all think about us every once in a while. Think about how many times you reach into our pockets. I want you to think about that. It gets hard to walk with so many hands reaching into your pocket and asking for some of our money. They go, well, this is a tax. No, this is this. We're gonna cut this tax. Oh, what's that in your other pocket? Let me grab that. Let me grab that $1 over there. We won't do that. We'll turn it into a city can go ahead and run a tax to build a park, or a city can go there. We cut our taxes where you can raise them in other places.
Yep.
And then yesterday we had the Ferretti Zone talking about education freedom.
Yeah.
And they made a lot of sense. They made a lot of good. They had one example that made sense to me on the education freedom thing. Now, good morning, Russell McGuffrey. The thing that they brought up was, let's say, for instance, in the public to public transfer, let's say North Madison County, where Velma Jackson is. It's a school that there's plenty of
way out in the country.
Yeah, but if you were living in Pickens and could cross the county line into
Velma
get a
Jackson.
Madison County education as opposed to a Holmes County education.
Oh, that would be better.
You see what I'm saying? Now that was a prime example of something good. Now they keep telling me I need to go from the darkness into the light, and I'm going. I hate to tell you,
That's hard to do.
I'm telling you, my problem is not education freedom and the money following the student. My problem is the whole education system and the financial well-being. Let's say, for instance, you have a child in school and you have a problem at your school district and you're not getting anywhere with your school district. So you call the Mississippi Department of Education in Jackson. They're going to say, well, that's not what we do.
Well, man, they're not going to answer the phone to begin. They're
Well,
going to hide behind voicemail.
Okay. After you get through all the voicemails and this and the other, but you get somebody on the phone, they're going to say, well, that's something that you have to talk to your local board about. And we have 144 different boards in the state. So we have 144 different opinions, and each one of those boards probably have 5 to 7 people on them. So that is, so you say it's a local problem.
And they get paid, right?
But the state has a whole group of people there. It's similar to the same problem that Trump said he had with the national group. He says, we do nothing. So he busted it down to nothing.
Right.
Well, the state has one too.
Yep.
And they do nothing.
That's right. They need to be busted down to nothing.
They need to be busted down to nothing.
Needs to be torn down and rebuilt.
I mean, there's a few administrative role things that probably need to occur across the board, and somebody to report back to the congressmen and the senators and the state representatives where they know things. But the reality is, the problem is broke at the top. Everybody, it's like if you politicians are listening, let's say, for instance, you had a strainer and it had different size holes in it. Well, at the top, y'all have a fine strainer that's not letting any of the money shake through. And then the next one's got a little bit bigger holes and a little bit bigger holes. And it gets down to the bottom and
it just pours out.
It pours out, but there's nothing left to pour out. That's what's going on with our money in the education system.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to be, the bearer of bad news, but it don't work. Do you understand that? It don't work. And as we, and it's like, for instance, I understand where we're going with, okay, we'll let the parents decide where the money goes. No, that is a farce that you're allowing the parents to let the money go. You're waving a carrot saying the parents can allow to let the money go, and then there's a stipulation. Well, we're going to do this first. We're going to let 12,000 students do this. Okay, then we're going to tie it to your finances of how much money you get in. All of a sudden,
these little strings are beginning to be attached.
another little strainer's coming out. Another little strainer's coming out.
Yeah.
And you want to, the problem is freedom. If it's education freedom, y'all get the hell out of the way. Let these people get educated. I'll tell you what, we will send, as the people, we'll send our tax dollars directly to our board in Canton. Oh, well, holy cow. We won't do that. We won't do that.
Lord have mercy.
Lord.
Where was your brain going?
Well, let's put it this way. Let's go another route. They brought this up. Let's say, for instance, on average in the state, each student would get $7,000 is what they say it takes to educate a child. In Madison County, a student gets $13,000.
Nice.
Average.
Mm-hmm.
In Canton, now I understand Madison County School District is different from Canton. In Canton, it's $21,000 a student.
Oh, you're freaking kidding me.
That's because there's nobody in school.
Yeah.
It's a school district that needs help.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't need help because it's, and to think that it doesn't have everything in the world and the best education in the state, and it runs around a D.
Yeah, it does.
On average. But it has more money than anybody else. And that's where the graph begins. And you got to understand that as the AI plants come online, that money in Madison County and Canton is going to double.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have $42,000 a student.
Mm.
Whoo!
That's the salary right there for somebody.
The politicians are on their way to Canton. I can promise you that. They're going to say, we got to go get some of that money. It never, ever, ever ends on the strain of money and how many ways you can squeeze it. And when you go to squeeze some of this education money, and all I see, and I brought that up to the Ferrettis yesterday, and I don't know where we're going with it. I don't know. It's one of those things that I look at, and I just feel like the government, the legislative part of the government, is trying to build another layer in there for another filter.
Right.
Before it goes anywhere else. We're going to move it from here to there, and we'll filter and get our cut off the top.
Yeah.
Because as these AI plants come on all over the state, each one of those districts inside that footprint will get more money. And they said, we're not going to have these people getting all this money and us not getting our cut.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looks like. So when we look at education freedom, y'all, yes, the money needs to follow the student. All the things, every time I attach it to a child, that's the important thing. Okay. But that's not what's going on. And they're hiding everything away from you on what they're trying to say. And I mean, that's my problem with it. I mean, I'm for the child getting every dollar. I'm for education freedom.
You just don't trust you don't trust the government part of it to do what's right. Because and we always know, they say one thing and do another.
No, the government doesn't do that. They hung up whoever it was. Call back after the break. We'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show, starring Dawn McKenzie and, of course, the Chip Matthews, known worldwide and around the world. And if I ever figure out what I'm doing here, we'll do it. We'll be right back. Known worldwide and around the world. And if I ever figure out what I'm doing here.
1039 WYAB. Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Surf and Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
I'm speaking with Lee Bounds of Rapid Rate Mortgage. How does real estate agent Rita Jensen succeed when time is of the essence?
In today's market, it is so important to communicate and close on time. Typically have 30 days to close, get a home inspection, appraisal, title work, that kind of thing is a mortgage process. And a realtor relationship is so important. With a realtor like Rita Jensen with Remax Connection, she helps us to close on time.
RitaJensen.net.
If you're a parent or grandparent, you should know that even though Mississippi is ranked as the unhealthiest state in the country, we have the highest vaccination rate for our children and grandchildren. Many of us blindly trust the medical establishment, and now it's time to question vaccine safety. Mississippi Parents for Vaccine Rights is a grassroots organization working to educate the public and lawmakers about this important topic. Be informed. Go to mpvr.org. Like us on Facebook to stay up to date on the latest information. That's Mississippi Parents for Vaccine Rights, mpvr.org.
Have you been injured through no fault of your own? Do you know your rights? Don Evans does. Do you really believe that the insurance company would disclose all information to you? Don Evans will make sure that you are fully informed. It costs nothing to discuss your case. From car wrecks to malpractice, Don Evans will make you and your family whole again. Don Evans won't ever charge unless he collects for you. Call Don for a free, no-obligation consultation at 601-969-2006.
Seeing well plays a big role in helping you read well. That's why it's not a minute too soon for students of all ages to schedule an eye exam with Dr. Bobby C. Pankey and Associates in Clinton and Richland. They can also help you with a great selection of frames, lenses, and contacts, all at affordable prices. See well, read well, do well. For all your back-to-school eye care needs, visit Optical 2000 Clinton and Richland. Optical-2000.com.
Stay in touch. Follow Optical 2000 on Facebook.
Grizz Nation, your Memphis Grizzlies return to FedEx Forum for Mentoring Night, presented by Ford and your Mid-South Ford dealers on Wednesday, January 21st. Arrive early to see your Grizzlies host the Atlanta Hawks at 7 p.m. with the first 5,000 fans getting a Grizzlies Mentor t-shirt. Grab your tickets today at grizzlies.com/tickets or at the FedEx Forum box office.
Looking for the sweetest spot in Mississippi? Well, bring the whole family to Mississippi Candy Company. From gummies and nostalgic candies to rich chocolate and creamy Hershey's ice cream, there's a treat for everyone at Mississippi Candy Company. Enjoy freshly made, flavor-packed popcorn, even tasty lunch specials featuring their signature smash burger. Folks, they're to die for. Grandparents, bring your grandkids in today to Mississippi Candy Company, where every visit is a delight. Located 102 Dees Drive, Gluckstadt, and also find them on Facebook.
This ad is for all the guys who work hard and they expect their truck to do the same. At RPT Commercial, we have the accessories to help you on the job site. From names like Bedrock Flatbeds, WeatherGuard Toolboxes, Knapheide Service Bodies, ARE Camper Tops, Deck Storage Solutions, and so much more. Stop by our new store on Highway 80 in Pearl and check with our expert staff and see what they can do to make the job just a little bit easier on you. At RPT Commercial, trucks live here.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
It is a Chip Matthews Show where I eat steak every night at the wonderful Beethoven's Boardwalk and the soon to be open Fork and Flame, which of course for Valentine's Day is quickly running out of reservations.
Is it really?
I'm just
awesome.
But we have plenty of room to eat a steak. We will set you up somewhere. We'll find something intimate for you, even if it's just a small fire out on the deck and a table for two with a candle.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you that don't like your loved one, we'll put you closer to the edge of the deck where you can just push her off in the water.
Or him.
Yeah, either way. Okay, Andy Devine says, last time the Mississippi GOP was so hell-bent on doing something, we got the new communist-themed flag. No tell what is buried in the details of the school choice bill. And I hate to say that, I know we got the good people out there pushing it and coming around talking on the talk shows and this that, and the other. And I trust the Ferrettis and all that and what they want to do. And they have been in this fight for school choice for some time. the matter of the fact, my mama was probably in fight for the school choice in 1968 when she had to put all of us in private school, saying, why can't I have my money I pay taxes for?
Correct.
And that's what it's about. And that's what gets under your skin. And then you have all these people that pay. I mean, after your kids are out of school, you're paying taxes for schools. And then for those of us who allegedly never had kids, you're paying taxes.
You get to pay
for
that
schools.
same tax.
We all pay the taxes for the schools, and then the money gets filtered down. We also pay the taxes for the roads.
And they never get repaired.
And then the gamblers help pay the taxes for the roads.
Yeah.
And they never get repaired. And and then also on top of that, we pay for car tax, some of the highest in the nation. And we still
don't have good roads.
So if you don't blow up the system and bring it back down and reassign how money is distributed in the state, you're never going to fix these problems. I mean, it's so much government waste inside everything we do that it's ridiculous.
I mean, if they didn't waste so much, our taxes would be probably next to nothing.
Well,
we would have so much more money in our pockets, and we could live a happier, more joyful life. And
I mean, let's put it this way. We learned through COVID, when you gave everybody free money, they were going to spend it. Everybody got that. They were getting that $600 check. Everybody was spending it, and
put some more money in our pockets.
And when they were holding back on spending money at the legislative level, thinking ahead, because we had the supermajority and they were pretending that they were doing the right thing. All of a sudden, our economy grew because everybody that didn't have a check had an extra check.
Right.
And so everybody was out spending money, spending. And where they thought we would have a shortfall because of COVID, they had more money in the budget.
Yeah.
And that's because more people had more money in their hands. And in Mississippi,
people love to spend money. Just let them keep it.
Live paycheck. They'll spend it all. That's why the casinos work in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Because if they got money in their hand, they're going to spend it.
Yeah. I read somewhere yesterday that, Mississippi is known to be the poorest state in the union, but yet we have the highest utilities.
Yes.
It makes no good sense.
We have the highest utilities. That's why we're poor, because all of a sudden we have enough money to for energy in places like that, those companies, to not borrow money. If they could go borrow money from the banks and build these public utilities for these AI plants coming. But instead they raise our rates just a touch.
Because they don't want to pay interest on that money.
Right. And they're getting free money
from us.
From us.
And they're making money. They're making a profit.
And see, and the way the energy is supposed to work, utilities are supposed to work, is it's a cost plus expenses, and you're supposed to keep it down. That's why there's a public service commission. That's why in Canton there's a CMU board, because you're supposed to keep the cost down to the people as low as you can go, and you're supposed to be the watchdog of our dollars. Well, they're the watchdog of our dollars, all right. You saw what they had when they had extra laying around in Canton. Rudy Warnock went to town. And then of course on the 15th we're going to be putting 2 more aldermen into jail. They'll be getting sentenced. Be interesting to see what happens. Because as I watch even this other trial going on, the one where Ted DiBiase is on trial, you're looking at that, and the guy broke down on the stand, the former head of MDHS on stand. He breaks down, starts to cry.
Did he really?
Yeah, he was touched. But my thing is, and he was saying they were just stealing all this money. Excuse me, you were the head.
Yeah, you were
the boss. You cut the checks. It's just like these aldermen were the ones that cut the checks to Rudy. Rudy got 21 years. What are these guys going to get? 4 or 5 years?
Probably.
Slap on the hand.
But I wonder who is telling him to cut those checks.
Somebody tells you to cut the checks.
Somebody above him was telling him
to
cut those
somebody
checks.
Appointed him to his job.
Yeah.
So, and I would think that he would be appointed, then he would hire the people under him, right? So there's no way the people under him were controlling the people above him. And then that guy that was testifying was appointed by somebody that was elected into office.
That's right.
And then approved by some committee that says that person can run that office, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is going to get ugly.
Yep.
You know, run, politicians, run. You know, what do you do when you can't trust the stewards of your money? And then they'll go, well, they keep electing us. What? The system's rigged to where we keep electing you. The Republican Party doesn't have any oversight into, they just want the R. You know, they just want the R. And of course they had the supermajority. And if you go back and think about it, they lost the supermajority. And remember last year they went and picked up 8 to 10 Democrats in the Benny Thompson district that, miraculously came over to the Republican Party. So without those 10, we would be another 10 down.
Right.
So technically, if you really look at it, you got 10 who, if they're looking at the trend going, we can go back to our party.
Mm-hmm.
So now all of a sudden the power struggle is shifting. The mindset of these people is Rhino and Democrat. It's not Republican. And then I was listening to some of the people that were talking to me yesterday about education, and in their mind they keep saying things that lead me down the path that they said, well, you know, the Democrats are spending lots of money against education freedom. And I see Attorney Elisa Ross and the people like that are leaders in the Democratic Party talking their talking points. And unfortunately, they're talking, I mean, it's not unfortunate, it's the actual truth. They're saying the right things. Now, anything the Southern Poverty Law Center goes, I'm usually 99.9% against, just to be perfectly honest with, because they seem to fight the system and put a drain on the system and come up with fictitious lawsuits, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
If they were so good, they'd win some of those every once in a while. A lot of them. They don't win, you know, they win. They get money out of the system and they only win about 20% of their cases. You know,
right.
but you know, that's that. And it depends on the jury and this, that, and the other. But the other side of that is if you really, really, really look at it, it's the system that's broke in the school system. It is the system that is broke. It is not, you know, the Democrats are right in this one, and so are the Republicans. Both sides are right. But you're only right because the system's broke.
That's correct.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with more exciting insight and maybe even your phone call. What's that telephone number?
601-879-0002.
And we'll be back here on the Chip Matthews Show with Dawn McKenzie.
601-879-0002.
And we'll be back.
1039 WYAB.
Have you thought about the cost of long-term care? In Mississippi, a home health aide can cost over $57,000 a year, and a private nursing home room can exceed $109,000 annually. Hi, my name is Cressley Pierce at Pierce Professional Agency. Long-term care insurance may help protect your savings and give you more options and peace of mind as you age. Learn how planning ahead could save you money and stress. Find me, Cressley Pierce, online today at MadisonPlans.com. That's MadisonPlans.com. Yazoo Valley Electric Power Association wants you to stay away from downed power lines. Downed power lines carry the risk of deadly electric shock, even if the broken wire is not sparking. If a wire is crossing a road or driveway, avoid the area and keep others away. If you see a downed power line, back away and call your utility company or 911. When you call, be prepared to provide the specific address or location of the downed power line so a repair crew can get there as quickly as possible. This safety message brought to you by Yazoo Valley Electric Power Association.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repair? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at EllisAutoplex.com. That's EllisAutoplex.com.
Health has always been reactive, focused on fixing problems as they happen. But with Blue Primary Care, we're taking a proactive approach.
working with you to help you understand your health and empowering you to be healthy. It's time to prioritize you, your health, and your life. The results? Less worrying and more living. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue.
When you feel like your business is drowning in paperwork and compliance issues, it's time to call PeopleLease. Let PeopleLease take care of the busy work so that you can save valuable time and focus on what really matters, growing your business. PeopleLease is based in Ridgeland, so you're always dealing with local professionals who will actually understand your business and its needs. Join thousands of satisfied clients who trust PeopleLease to simplify their employee administration. Visit PeopleLease.com. That's PeopleLease.com to learn more.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrio Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrio is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrio's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrio and taste the traditions. El Patrio, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
It is the Chip Matthews Show, the most important part of the radio.
It is.
Yeah, with Dawn McKenzie, by the way.
Now it's the most important.
Okay. Well, anyway. Okay, and we're looking up here. Ted Smith, good morning. Robert Kinney, good morning. And Beth O'Kane Ladner, good morning. The people of District 5, I guess you're rejoicing to know that the three amigos, one of them doesn't want to be connected to the scandal of the Madison County supervisor's question of whether Mr. Steen, the board president, is connected to some gas money going toward a company.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he gets up and walks out of the room when that bill has to be paid. And now the question in hand is, what monies does he derive from the monies going to the company? Now, he says he runs the C-store part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the gas money, and it all intermingles, people.
That's
you know,
right.
it all coming in the same house.
Yep.
So he's got to explain himself, but it seems like Mr. Griffin is worried about his own scandal, so he just says, "I'll get up and walk out on this one." I mean,
it's nice to watch them, to see them feel the pressure.
Yeah, let's go to the phone. Let's see what we got. Good morning, WYB.
Hey, Chip.
Hey.
Yesterday, you're talking about the data center being built. Well, I got to bring my electrical bill in from Southern Pine, and they're raising their rates. I think it's by about 2.something%. And the reason they're giving is that the cost of poles has gone up, the cost of wire has gone up, the cost of this has gone up. And so they're going to have to raise our rates to pay for that. And,
No, you're paying.
The rates are going up to pay for these data centers. That's why the rates are going up.
That's exactly why you're paying for them.
Well, and I talked yesterday with, and it just, they got to go up. They got to pay. They got to keep improving. But just put your mind to it. That's the reason they're going up. My rates now, I'm going to be paying an extra $40 to $100 a month, depending on how I'm going to live. Whether I'm going to live in the dark or burn fireplace or what I'm going to do. But they're going to put it, the wire and the poles, and that's what's causing the increase.
Yeah,
we all know what it is.
We're their bank.
That's it.
Just like we're the bank for the government, and we're the bank for energy, and we need to do something about it.
It's ridiculous. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that Southern Pine has joined in and jumped in with the rest of them.
Oh yeah. And thank you very.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Thank you very much. People are not foolish, and I mean, there was a big story that came out in Northside Sun, this, that, and the other, back months ago where they talked about the rates increasing. And then when they asked to keep their stamps, he goes, you'll either pay for it or you'll be in the dark.
Yeah. Where's that backbone?
I mean, backbone.
Are you supposed to be protecting us?
Yeah. Well, he's not going to. No, he's not. And that's the situation. I understand the growth in technology costs money, but, and that we have to pay for that technology, but usually you pay for it when you're ready to buy it yourself.
Right.
You know, if I want a new computer, I go buy a new computer. You know, if the government wants to help build new computers, well, instead of letting those power companies go and get money at the bank like we would have to do to get our new computer, we're now having to go to the bank and borrow money just to pay the utility bill to do that. And then, of course, you have all these interest rates on top of that.
Yeah.
You know, when the people have to borrow against their homes, this, that, and the other, they don't care what we lose. In the end, we're paying for everything. And, you know, and it's like, it would be one thing if it's an unfair tax is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, we are being taxed without being taxed. And, you know, the government go, well, we cut the sales tax by 2%, and then you raise the gas tax.
Yeah.
Well, we're phasing out the income tax. Well, I didn't notice that. I had to file last year. I mean, I know that some of these things will kick down the road, and allegedly we won't pay taxes.
You think that'll happen in our lifetime?
We will always pay taxes. We will always pay taxes. That's just the way it is. You know, we can't be like the free state of Texas. And then yesterday we're talking about how the education system in Florida is working, and we had the whip speak to me directly and tell me, the Florida whip, we can't afford it.
That's right.
We have something we can't afford. And they go, well, that's not really true. And I'm going, no, that is really true.
Yeah, I heard him say those words.
We cannot afford what's going on. And I mean, if we're going to pay for something, let's go fix what we're going to pay for. You know, it would be good. It seems simple logic. Okay. If $7,000 will educate a child a year, which sounds like pennies. And that's what we have. And then that's what you do. $7,000 educates a child. Maybe the results we get from that $7,000 needs to be better. So to improve that, what would you do? You would need to find more money to educate that child, which of course in Canton, we have $21,000 a kid, and we're putting out rocket scientists.
With a D average school.
With a D average school. But I mean, y'all think about it. Just think about it. Now, Madison gets about $12,000 a kid, gets them educated. But on average, across the state, it's $7,000 is what they say, because that's what they want to put into these trust funds, these education trust funds. And somebody said, well, how do you contribute to that trust fund? I go, they're not the ones contributing. The state's going to put that money in there. And where are they going to get it from? Our other pocket?
That's right.
You know, they're going to go, and Chip's got money. You got a big knot in the front right pocket, the front left pocket. Oh, look back here. He's got two pockets on the back of his pants. Let's get those two. And let's get that little watch pocket too. I mean, come on, people. You can tax us to death. And like when you gave the energy companies the right to build for the future, if I owned a business and wanted to make it bigger, will y'all tax somebody and give me some money?
Really?
You know, I mean, how does that work? How does that work to where you can decide as a legislative body that we can do everything? And then when the people speak up, you make sure we don't have a ballot initiative to where we can speak up. And then when we do speak up, you go, surely y'all didn't want the old flag. We'll get rid of the old flag. And then you're going, Chip, you keep bringing up the flag. We put that to bed. No, you stole that from us. You stole that from us, just like you're stealing tax dollars out of our pockets. And then when the federal government said that they needed to get the money back, the $1 million back on the fraud scandal from the or what they had contributed in the trial that's currently going on, We ain't got any money put back to give that back to them. Somebody stole it. We're not getting it back from anybody that stole it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then we only want to prosecute a few of them. We don't want to put the main ones in jail that were involved in it. And then, of course, some of that may be some bigger politicians that have not been on the ballot, on the chopping
There's
block
some
just
big
yet.
fish in that somewhere.
And they don't understand that just putting it off. If everybody knows, you just need to go ahead and sit down. I mean, where are the whistleblowers? Where are the current people in office that know what happened, who will just say, okay, this is what happened?
Mm-hmm. Maybe they're running for office and they don't want to be part of that.
Well, I mean, the other side of that, if you know about it, you've committed a crime. You're an accessory to the fact.
Mm.
If you budgeted it, are you an accessory? So it's all of the legislators.
Yeah. Well, what about if you're just a person that's just nearby and knows about it?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, just like if you're just in a vehicle with somebody and you hear these conversations going on.
Well, I mean,
but
that would be, I would call that hearsay evidence. But those people that voted on it
mm-hmm.
are committed to it. They said, this is what we did. Then they have our trust and our vote on where our money goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So surely they know what they did.
Well, they all know what they did.
Well, I mean, but I'm just saying.
But I don't know that we'll ever get to the kingfish of it all.
Well, I'm saying, don't you, as a politician, have an obligation to come forward and tell everything you know? I mean, they have committee meetings where these people were in committee meetings who budgeted these groups. Mm-hmm. You had committee meetings where they appointed these people to do those things, and those people that appointed those people to do those things, they're responsible for it. I mean, go back to the WorldCom thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bernie Ebbers wasn't in the room for everything, but he got accused of it all because he was the top dog, right?
That's right.
He was the top dog. They took everything they could from him.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were upset because a lot of people had money invested in WorldCom, and it became worth nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of those.
Were you?
But I wasn't really mad at Bernie. Bernie built a whole business out of a long distance company.
Yeah, he did.
He built it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was taking on the likes of AT&T and all them who said, hold on, you're just getting too big for your britches. And then the government, the federal government and the FCC and the bureaucrats stepped on him because he wasn't doing anything different from what anybody else was doing. It's just all of a sudden they decided that his accounting practices weren't any good. Yet he was actually inventing what we're buying now. A lot of this stuff was in Works technology at WorldCom that AT&T and everybody else made money off of when they bought it for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Fiber wiring and this, that, and the other. Think about it. He was
ahead of his time.
He was ahead of his time, and they said, "Hold on, you ain't getting that big. You ain't getting bigger than AT&T."
He did build a beautiful building in Clinton.
Yes, and he had, and the technology that would have come out of that for Mississippians and the growth in the technology field would have been huge over time. Yeah. But when the government cuts you out and turns their back on you, that's the way it goes.
And puts you in jail.
And so now the government agencies that are in trouble in the state that were overfunded, like DHS, and they were doing whatever they wanted to with the money. And our state government, the people at the Capitol, they have to take some responsibility in what took place.
Right.
But they're not going to. They're not going to.
Kind of like our missing money in Madison County, huh?
Yeah, you missed the money. Hey, you lost the money. And then you have all these things where everybody goes, well, Shad White. Well, Shad White has no authority. I mean, he has authority to look, but has no prosecuting authority.
That's right. That goes to Lynn Fitch.
Lynn Fitch doesn't want to get in the middle of that. She wants to get on national issues and stay on national issues because that just sounds better.
Yeah.
It's a news bite, and it doesn't really affect and touch Mississippians. It just sounds good to say that you're saving the children all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we all want to save the children, but at what cost? We'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show with Dawn McKenzie on WYAB. On the Chip Matthews Show with Dawn McKenzie on WYAB.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Surf and Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
Need to ship something fast, print something now, or wrap the perfect gift? Head to the Mailroom Gluckstadt, your one-stop shop for all major shipping carriers. We pack and ship with care, offer private mailbox rentals, copy services, create and print banners, print your photos, lamination, binding, and secure document shredding. We always have a notary available, and we do gift wrapping too. Head to the Mailroom Gluckstadt across from Callaway's or online at mailroomgluckstadt.com. Stop in today and get it all done in one place.
Hey, Rankin County, swing by the locally owned and award-winning 042 Wine and Spirits on Highway 80 next to Sonny's Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50-plus tequilas, 30-plus rums, and ready-to-drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And get this, we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon.
Pure Air Consultants offers services on your heating and cooling system. It's time to get your heating system serviced. We offer replacement, service, maintenance agreements. It's important because if you have a gas heating system, it can produce carbon monoxide. So you want to make sure you have your system serviced and cleaned to protect your family. You want to make sure your system is safe to run. You can find us on our website at mypureairconsultants.com, mypureairconsultants.com.
Hi, this is Lee Atkins of Home Care Plus in Ridgeland. We are a proud carrier of Abena Premium Incontinence products. Abena has the most absorbency available, making changes and leaks less likely. After 7 years as a seller, I can tell you these products are amazing and worth every penny to quality of life for patient and caregiver. And we ship all incontinence products as well. So please come see us at Home Care Plus in Ridgeland for all the incontinence needs of you or your family member. That's Home Care Plus in Ridgeland.
Pops Auto Sales on Highway 49 in Florence is where you come to buy quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, priced to fit your budget. Stop by Pops Auto Sales today, where fair prices and superior service leads to satisfied repeat buyers. Or go to popsautosalesllc.com and browse our inventory and get pre-approved for zero-down financing with approved credit, with service contracts and warranties available. And guys, our truck inventory is one of the largest for any independent dealer, period. Pops Auto Sales, Highway 49 in Florence.
Broad Street, King Cakes, past that place. Broad Street, King Cakes, taste so great. From Jackson Town to every state, bestkingcake.com, don't wait. Lines out the doorway, laughter in the air, hidden little baby waiting in there somewhere. From now till Mardi Gras, you know where to be. Or click that link and make your kitchen Bourbon Street. Broad Street, King Cakes, past that place. Broad Street, King Cakes, taste so great. From Jackson Town to every state, bestkingcake.com, don't wait. Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
6:54 a.m. here on the program, here on WYAB. I am Chip Matthews. She is Dawn McKenzie on the Chip Matthews Show. Of course, coming your way this morning, 7:07. Let me check my text to make sure. It is the Clay Edwards Show. Yeah, he's coming in today, it looks like. We had to fill in for him yesterday. He was feeling a little bit under the weather. My brother says, aloha. I guess he's in Hawaii.
Is he in Hawaii?
It
He's
must
just
be.
a world traveler.
World traveler.
Mhm.
World traveler he is in his mind. Unless he's playing Elvis today. He might be. He has this thing. He'll go out in the front yard. He used to do this. And I'd be at my house across the street from my mom's house, and I'd see him at 2 a.m. out there listening to Elvis Aloha from Hawaii.
Really?
And raking the yard at 3 or 4 a.m. And I'd be going, is he okay? Is he okay? Well, you got to get the raking done when you can. You know,
Yeah.
It was cooler. I understand that part. So,
Yeah.
but he's singing the Elvis trilogy. Oh, whatever. But anyway, 6:55 in the morning. School choice is the issue. It's not really a choice. The legislators need to power down and get the education under control. The top dollars. They need to quit filtering all the money, taking all they can off the top. It's all that way in all of the government.
Yep.
Also, this stuff going on in Iran. We were going to touch on that today.
Yes.
Well,
I heard that up to 20,000 people have been killed
well, it's
and 12,000 arrested.
Well, what they will do in Iran is they will just start hanging people left and
Mhm.
right that they've arrested. That's what they
Yeah.
do. There was one guy that they had arrested, and his trial lasted 3 or 4 minutes,
Mm.
and he was allowed to say goodbye to people and boop,
Yeah.
off with his head.
That's just sad.
Well, I mean, the problem is, are we the peacekeepers of the world?
Mhm.
Is the United States the peacekeepers of the world? That's a question that we want you to think about till tomorrow, because the reality is everybody expects us to be.
Mhm.
And during the administrations of our Democratic leaderships, we were not
Mm-mm.
that. And so it puts big double bold type when Trump does something to show the strength of America. Because if we don't show strength around the world, then we're going to wind up with a dollar bill that's just not worth anything.
Right.
I mean, the American dollar is the backbone of our world
Mhm.
and our capitalist world. And if the dollar dies, our power dies. That's
Yep.
just the way it is, people. And we got to get back to making our dollar worth more. We got to get back to not printing for inflation
Yeah.
and stuff like that. We were just printing
There's
dollars.
a lot of work they could do.
There's a lot of work to
There's
be
a lot
done.
of work to be done.
And then the government needs to learn to live within its means in
Mhm.
the state.
That's right.
I mean, because when you look at it, you're taxing us to death in Mississippi.
Mhm.
You are. I mean, God forbid I was a smoker. You'd get another tax dollar. I mean, those people, when you think of all the people and what you do and all the taxes that you pay,
Sometimes you feel like you're double taxed.
well, you are.
I mean, you're taxed on your income. You're taxed when you go to the grocery store. You're taxed on your fuel.
You're taxed when you die.
Yep.
That's
you
the
can't
worst
even
thing.
die without being taxed.
No, well, you can't go to a funeral, a funeral home, what kind of healthcare facility,
Mhm.
nursing home?
Yeah.
Once you go there, that's the end of it. They're going, how do we get the rest of it?
Yep.
How do we get it all?
That's right.
And you usually go to one of those facilities and your insurance covers you for 10 months out of the year.
Mhm.
And then 2 months you're
You're
on
on
your
your
own.
own.
You're on your own.
Hope you don't die in those 2 months.
You got 2 months. You got 2 months to die. Otherwise, we'll kick it back up. And I mean, insurance should take care of all these needs.
Yeah. I mean, you pay for it all your life.
You know. I don't get that part of the healthcare industry. That part.
Oh, that's a whole nother subject for another day.
Boy, is it! Boy, is it!
The only thing they want to do is use up your insurance money, and they don't care if they heal you.
And then you're sitting down there with the PB and the big box stores trying to take over all the drugs, and the state legislature is, capitalism is good.
Yeah.
But get these little small pharmacies around the state.
Mm-hmm.
Without those small pharmacies around the state, Ole Miss would not have had a football team because a lot of that is NIL money.
That's right.
But anyway, that's another story. Say goodbye, Dawn. We'll see you back tomorrow.
Goodbye.
And we'll let Clay come in here. Clay Edwards Show's next on WYAB.